Hey Ranger Nation, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to talk about the end of Super Sentai. And you might be thinking, what the hell? What? I don't understand what the actual fuck is going on. You're lying, etc, etc. This is the first time that I've actually heard this from one of the actors themselves. Because we never really hear much at all. So if you like this sort of content and you want to hear and see more and all that lovely jazz, hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on all notifications, as well as, checking out all the merch. I was going to end the video there in the sign out, but anyway, yeah, try that, such and such. And with that, let's jump in. It's been a long day. So I want to bring up a tweet that says, actor Don Momotaro, can't say his name, so I'm not going to try, in Don Brothers, explains that the creative team that told the cast they were going to be a part of the 46 entries long series that could end with them, even for trivial reasons. Just reporting it, not judging anything, and that's fine. Like, that is one of the things that could happen. Now, there have been kind of reports saying that this is what happens all the time, where they instantly get told that this is the last Sentai series. If you don't do well, there is no more. And I feel like that's such a huge kind of major big thing for all actors to be like, hey, if you don't do your best, yes, series is ending and we're stopping Super Sentai completely. Carrying on with this, I hadn't looked at this other tweet, but VMRCT says the tweet is buzzing. Let me be clear in my position before anyone starts insulting me. What he is saying is fact. What we can interpret isn't. And I'm one of the first people to say that Sentai isn't ending anytime soon. Yes, it's weird that it's in the second time one of the actors mentions it, but this time it's not a joke. Yeah, we all know these rumors have been going on for years and never proven, but we also can't ignore these sentences. However, it could mean different things. 1, just scare the tactics of the actors. 2, the end of Super Sentai as we know it. Who knows, it will become Hyper Sentai or whatever. 3, a soft landing preparation that, when Sentai actually ends, they can say, well, we had told you. At the end of the day, we can't know, we don't know, and the only future will tell us. At the same time, it would be weird of us to ignore these statements for now. Just enjoy the show and buy the toys if you want to contribute from overseas success. And then basically, that's it. So it says in this statement, it says, counting us in, this is the 45th entry of a long license. So we have to tell you that, really, even for nothing trivial reasons, Sentai could end after your series. In short, those words were to make us aware of our responsibility. Words that will push us to do our best. Cut in the edit, probably is. Of course, it's quite possible that Super Sentai will stop after the series, and we, the whole staff, have to do our best to make sure that the license doesn't stop, that it continues. Talking about it with others in the green room, for example, it was all clear we were motivated. And I think that I'm not going to jump into more of those kind of replies, because I know what's going to happen. People are going to rush out and say, like, how dare you, Super Sentai's not ending, like, fuck you type thing. But it possibly could happen. Again, as I said, this isn't the first time. I've always heard over years that this is the last Sentai. This is going to be always the case, and fine, that's always the case that goes on. But could it be something different? Who knows? So I kind of started writing, giving my kind of thoughts on this, and this is what I wanted to say. First of all, 46 is a really weird number to kind of land on. I would rather they have ended on 45th or the 50th. If they could go to 50, then that would be a better number to stay on. But to be on 46, it's just such a weird one to kind of be on. So for me, I'm like, okay, cool. Mainly, I do think this is just a scare tactic. Hey, if you fail and you don't do this, it means that the series ends right there, and you can't do anything with it. And that to me is a huge thing, and I think that really irritates me. But if it motivates them to do their best, fine, fuck it, do it. Let them do it. And so far, since up to episode 4 that I've only seen, I feel like this is really, really good. Like the Sentai is a decent one. But again, it all comes down to viewership, comes down to toy sales and stuff, and we don't know what that's about yet. I don't know the numbers, and it's very early, way too soon to find out how much product has been shifted and also what the ratings are at the moment. We would probably find out much later on or near the middle of the season. I mean, obviously TV ratings we could find out anyway, but for toy sales could be much later on. Now, I don't know if it is toy sales in Japan that drives it to the next one. If it's like, hey, we've got to sell X amount of product, we've got to make 18 billion yen on this, otherwise it's a flop. I know that it's a lot of money that they've got to make on it. And again, using the gears, using the same motif rather than coming up with something different, just change the packaging and the way it works, and you can still sell the product and it still works. If the series is a good one, it makes you want to buy more. Like me, I saw the first couple of episodes. I really want to buy the merchandise when I can, but I'm in no rush to do it, and I know I can buy it and get what I want, and that's the main thing that I'm going to try later. But for now, I'm just going to try and collect the promotional gears that come along, because that'll be a lot harder to get much later on than spending a lot of money on it. But mainly toy sales could be a massive big thing for this. And again, Japan's probably a lot stricter than it is in America or anything like that. If this does happen and they cancel Super Sentai, I feel like the budget for Super Sentai would probably go into Kamen Rider, where you may get 2 Kamen Riders a year, or you may get a better product. Now, I haven't watched a lot of Kamen Rider recently, but you know, it could be the fact that that needs to be a case. It needs to be a lot better than what we've got or what they're doing right now, and it could be improved. It could mean that more money into the series is 10 times better than having no money or whatever. So, you know, that budget for Super Sentai could just literally go in or into a new into a new project, which could happen at any point. I feel like if they did stop it altogether, that it would be the worst thing. Like, it'd be a bad thing for a lot of people, because it does bring people joy, but from a business point of view, I do see it. If the toy sales are down, if the views are down, if no one's watching anymore, then obviously that's it. But you could boost up those sales by releasing DVDs, Blu-rays outside, stream them. It would work 10 times better doing something like that to generate more money for you than to not do anything at all and just kind of sit on it. I would, as I say, in other videos I've talked about, I would love to pay money to watch Super Sentai when it comes out, or Kamen Rider, so I don't have to find it any other way, or have to spend a fortune on importing just a single Blu-ray disc that could have a couple of episodes. But then I know the Shout Factory, but again, it's still quite a lot of money to even get that, even though that's the better route for it. I feel like Toei does need to open up a lot of their stuff so that you can easily get new things, or you can easily get new product all along, rather than being hard. Now, there are websites if you want to buy the product, Amazon, and obviously we could probably see what the Amazon sales are through that. But, you know, as long as more people are buying the toys, that shows that this series is doing well, and it will carry on into the next one. I think that if you're going to open up Sentai to the rest of the world through a streaming service, talk to Hasbro and say, hey, I know you own the rights right now, but we need this to come out. We need more money coming in from you, effectively. Because we all know that if Hasbro sit on this, they're not going to do anything, because they're going to be like, well, we can get money. You could work out a partnership. 50-50, release the Blu-rays, you keep 50% of the profits, we get 50% of the profits, and I guarantee you a lot of things are going to go up. But again, I think that if, when it comes to Rear Soldier, once that finishes with Dino Fury, that you could still bring out, say, Kira Majors and Kaija. Well, they all are on DVD, but you could stream them and people would instantly watch it. I would love to watch all of this properly, but I think that they need to speak to Hasbro and say, hey, stop cock blocking us. We want to release this for the entire world, not that you get to keep it all the time. I do feel that if they end Super Sentai this abruptly, then it is a mistake, and I think that they may not regret it, but I think that they could do a few things, which is either that's it, it's the last series, or that they turn around and shelve it for a few years and then bring it back where they've kind of figured out where people want it and people miss it. From a fan point of view, I would absolutely hate this. I generally would really fucking hate this. But from a business sort of stance, I do see it and I kind of agree with them. If it's not doing very well, why would you keep pumping money, regardless of if you're a fan, if you're a super fan, if you think that it should exist and it should stick the same way, then it's not up to you, it's up to Toei. But when you look at how Don Brothers is shot, it's not like any of the past Sentais, which I really like. I feel like that's the reason why they're they're upping it more to producing a bit more to it rather than that generic, oh, we're going to keep the same formula. They're trying something different, and this reminds me more of a J-drama, which I love compared to the standard stuff that we have. Now, if Hasbro could really like utilize this and actually change some of their ways, I think it would be good. Change Power Rangers for the better because it needs it. I don't know if the Zenkaija toys sold really, really well, or if they were really bad when it came to that. When I watched the series, I didn't feel like it was a toy commercial where they'd be like, look at this gear, we'll put it into the Gatling gun and it works. It felt like they lost their motif for selling these toys, which is a big pain in the ass, but I feel like it could have easily have been done better. So again, I don't know what the sales figures are. It could have made more money, it could have lost them money, but you know, seeing as for an anniversary season for alone, it didn't feel like an anniversary season. It just felt more like a standard show that had some toy things, but they didn't use the toys all that much. And I feel like that could have been a thing that they did more with it. I think the reason why they've done with Dom Brothers and the Gokaija motif was that Gokaija did extremely well from what I know. You know, the ability to transform using a key. So using the same sort of element, but changing it so it's not exactly like it. I feel like this is a good thing that they've done. I feel like this is how they're trying to get more people in, regardless of who's watching. And that to me works. If something worked in the past that did ridiculously well, do the same thing, but change it like they have. I like the fact that they're colored locked. It's not like, oh, hey, we've got this and we all can turn into Red Rangers. It's you're color locked to your color, which I think is fantastic and it works. So if your team doesn't have that color, you can't turn into that Ranger, which I think works perfectly, not unless they throw that out the window and we get that much later. I have no idea. I can't wait to watch more of it. Seriously, I'm looking forward to watching more of it. I'm kind of on the 50-50 side of, do I want this to continue? I wouldn't want it to stop because I like it, but again, I can see them stopping it if they need be. I also think, again, without seeing ratings of what Zenkaija was, it's super hard to kind of guess that ability of how much it was. So I feel like that is a thing there. I would love to see the TV ratings. I would love to see how much money was spent on all of this to see what worked and what didn't. And I think Dom Brothers is going down a different way, which I kind of like. I feel like this year will really shape it all. Will we get it? Will we not? Will it still kind of grow in popularity, or will it just dwindle after a while? You know, that's it. If that happens, then, you know, it dwindles and dies. Then obviously no more Super Sentai next year. And I do kind of feel like this is when you've got people turning around to the actors and saying, do this the best. I can see them saying that, and it's not just like a joke or it's something that hasn't been said. I mean, you've got the main character, the main actor coming out and saying this rather than not, and being like, oh, like kind of hiding it. So I think that there's a lot of truth behind this, but we won't know until either near the end of the year where they trademark for a new series or something like that, because that's normally how we can tell when the new Sentai is, or when rumors start dropping. But we won't know. And for that, I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Do you want Super Sentai to end? What are your thoughts on the main actor coming out and speaking about this? Or are you on the side of it's going to stay till the end of time? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm really interested to see what people kind of think, from Sentai purists as well as Ranger purists, as well as casual fans to normal fans and stuff like that. This is one thing I'm really interested to know about. So let me know down below in those comments, and while you're down there, hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on all notifications, and with that, I'm going to leave it there. If I don't see you tomorrow, then I'll see you in a couple of days.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。